Hello and welcome to the DefinitelyOwen Q&A number 4? Number 4. Q&A number 4. Thank you so much for your questions. Let's get straight into them. Aidan Bond asks, what are some of your favourite books and their genres? I have to say, I don't actually read that many books. Most of the books I read are the screenplays of some of my favourite films, such as the Interstellar screenplay, the Inception screenplay, and also the Dark Knight trilogy screenplays. If you're wondering what these are all the great quotes in the movies. I've kind of highlighted them almost, so let's find one. Solid quote from Alfred. Because some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Having said that, I do quite enjoy autobiographies. I recently read Neil Patrick Harris's autobiography and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really fun read. Years ago I got the audiobook to Michael McIntyre's autobiography and that was very funny. And my next autobiography to read when I get round to it is Ant and Dex. These two are brilliant and they're probably my favourite TV presenters, and yeah, I can't wait to get around to reading this when I get the chance. My favourite book series though, and I know that they're for readers much younger than I am, but I absolutely love the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. I started reading these absolutely years ago and I think they're so funny and I still love reading them and I still buy the new ones when they come out, even though they're for like young teens, but I love them so much. I love reading them. It's such an easy, nice read for kind of reading on holiday. I don't care that I get weird looks while I'm reading them. They're so much fun. It's my favourite series probably of books. I love them so much and I'll probably continue to read them late into my 20s. Yeah, definitely. Sofian Dahouse, sorry, probably totally screwed up that name, asks, do you think that YouTube will later be your job? I'd love it to be my job. It'll be a dream job for me, really. I'm not sure if it will be or not. At the moment, I'm just making videos as a hobby, but I'd love a career in YouTube. I think it'd be so much fun. I love creating them, and I think that the YouTube community is one of the most loving and accepting communities on the internet, perhaps even the entire world, so to be a key figure in that would just be fantastic. Gracie S asks, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Now I've spent many hours discussing this with my friends, but me, if I could have any superpower, it would be the ability to control time. I mean, come on, you'd be unstoppable. Being able to pause, slow down, and then travel back and forward in time, it would be amazing. Plus, it would be so cool to go back in time and witness some historical events. And going forward in time and seeing the future would be insanely awesome. So yes, the ability to control time, that is a superpower I'd pick. Norwin Ketchup asks, what other YouTubers do you watch on a regular basis? There's quite a few. I'm a big fan of all the channels in the Philip DeFranco network, himself included. Toby Turner's great, Mystery Guitar Man creates some ingenious videos. The team over at Rocket Jump are brilliant. VGHS is my favourite web series by far. Ross Everett is an awesome comedian. Casey Neistat is a great content creator. He creates these really unique and original videos. In regards to British YouTubers, Jack and Dean I think is hilarious. Tomska's brilliant as well. I also love that a lot of US talk shows put a lot of their clips up online. So I often find myself watching The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and The Late Late Show with James Corden. Plus, how could I forget Last Week Tonight with John Oliver? It's an incredible show. So many clips are online. It's brilliant. Some of the greatest news stories I've seen in the past year have actually been from that show. It's an incredible show. It tells news in such a hilarious and accessible way. I highly recommend watching some clips on YouTube. Last Week Tonight. Ready Steady for Gaming asks, can you read this comment? Yes. How'd I do? Sipper Hitter 0 asks, what advice do you give us, YouTubers who are starting and don't have much experience in vlogging? Thank you so much, you're the best. Very kind of you to say, thank you. Okay, advice. Firstly, I think it's worth mentioning that you have to create videos that you have an interest in. Because if you're creating a video on a topic that doesn't interest you, that will definitely show in your performance on camera. Also, don't underestimate the power and importance of editing. It really can make or break a video. About 1 in every 10 videos, I will sit down to start editing the footage and I'll troll through everything and I'll just think, this is terrible. There's no way this is going to come together in a video. But after I finish editing the footage, every time I feel happy with the final product and it goes up on YouTube. So it's definitely worth spending time in the editing stage of the video. You want to make the video easy for the viewer to watch, which basically means a coherent narrative that remains interesting all the way through. Your entire audience is one click away from moving on to another video. So it is essential to maintain your audience's attention, and editing is a key method in keeping your videos interesting. Plus, you don't actually need expensive editing software to edit a video well. Both PCs and Macs come with video editing software installed. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Windows Movie Maker is an embarrassment to the film industry, never mind video editing softwares, but iMovie on Macs is such a great beginner's video editing software. It's the program I started on, and I think the first 70 videos on my channel were all edited on iMovie. So yes, my advice is find stuff that you're interested in and make videos about that, and also don't underestimate the significance of good editing. Alex Stereo asks, glad to see a question from you, stupidest thing you've ever done, and why do superheroes wear their underwear on the outside? Alright, stupidest thing I've ever done. The only thing that really comes to mind is when I was younger, when I was about 12, we had this exercise ball, which is big ball, full of air, bounce on it and stuff, and I had a baseball bat, and I straight on, I went down and hit, for fun, like not because I was angry or anything, hit the ball with the baseball bat, and of course it just bounced straight back up and smacked me square in the forehead. So I pretty much just hit myself in the head with a baseball bat. That's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. Now the superhero one, I actually researched this and just found out the answer. The superhero wearing the underwear on the outside was simply modelled off of the aerobatic gymnasts and the wrestlers of that era. Back when superheroes were first being drawn, the wrestlers and circus performers of that day would wear these kind of short shorts, underwear looking type things above their leggings. So there you go. That's according to one of the editors at DC Comics who started in 1944. Jenny Gluckman, hi Jenny, asks, favourite school teacher? I don't know, there's been some solid contenders over the years, but I never really had that outstanding, one-of-a-kind teacher that made a subject come alive kind of thing. But I have definitely had a great variety of some brilliant teachers over my time in education. In recent years, one teacher that does stand out is my media studies teacher, who we knew as Mr. Michael. He was always great fun, and teacher banter has never been better than when it was with Mr. Michael. Plus, there was only about 10 of us in my media studies class, so we were such a close-knit group. We had so much fun. It was in that room I shot the 1,000 subscriber thank you in. That was the media room that we spent a lot of time in. So many great laughs in there, as I mentioned, and yeah, he's a great teacher. Plus, we had a shortened 30-minute lesson on Monday morning, and it was brilliant because we barely did any work in that lesson, and we just spent the time kind of discussing current affairs or philosophical debates or kind of school-related matters. So yeah, we had some really fun moments in that class. Cool Like a Ninja asks, will I ever see you again? Firstly, yes, definitely. Also, do you like theatre? If so, what is your favourite production? I do like theatre, especially since spending a tiny bit of time live on stage. There's something about it being live that can't really be replicated on film or television. So yeah, I do love that about theatre, the fact that it's live and it's actually happening. My favourite production? At the end of last year, I saw The Book of Mormon at the West End, and it was hilarious, it really was. I think one of the reasons why I enjoyed it so much was the high level of comedy was matched by an equally high level of stage production. The whole thing worked well, and it wasn't like it was really funny, but none of them could sing. It was a great production all round. It was very edgy and different, which I really liked, and I thought it was really enjoyable and really funny. So The Book of Mormon is probably my favourite production. Jordan Cyril asks, what football team do you support? Yeah, I don't really support any football team. I know it's shocking. A male British teenager doesn't support a football team. I don't really follow any sports, and because I'm not really that invested in football, I kind of find myself not having the time to follow it. Although when I was younger, I was a fan of Liverpool, the football team. I remember staying up one night watching the Champions League final years ago. I don't even know when it was. And Liverpool were 3-0 down at the end of the first half, and they came back to win it on penalties, and it was such a great moment. I remember watching that game, but past 4 or 5 years, I think, I've lost interest in the sport, and yeah, I don't really support a team. Shocking. Vanessa P asks, if you became a millionaire overnight, what would you do with the money? That's a good question. I'd definitely give some of it away to charities that support homeless people. For example, the Bernardo's charity. I think homelessness is a tragic occurrence, and if I ever find myself with a lot of money, I do hope to give some away to charities that help and support homeless people. Most of the money I'd put into savings and save for it for later life, because I have a relatively low need for money at the moment when compared to in later life where I might want to buy a house or a car, so my need for money then would be much higher than my need for money is now. With the rest of the money, I'd go on a semi-reckless spending spree. For a while now, I've wanted some decent studio lights to have so I can film these videos in better lighting and not have to rely on natural light. I'd buy myself a DeLorean. I've always wanted one of those cars, and I'd definitely get one of those. I'd also buy myself a decent filmmaking camera that can like shoot in 4K and things. I'd also buy a 4K TV. I'd also spend some money on some kind of travel or trip somewhere with a few friends. I've actually got a list which I call my travel bucket list, and it's places I want to go to before I die, so it'll probably be one of those places. Nathan Radic asked, what do you see yourself doing as a career? I know you love video production, one of the reasons your channel is so good. Thank you for that. But what are your hopes and dreams? A career on YouTube would be amazing, but if not, I'm looking to stay roughly in the same industry and do a career in creating something for the film and television industry. But who knows what that industry is going to look like in 5 years' time. But for now, 1 million subscribers is an aspiration of mine. Well, those are all the questions for this Q&A. Thank you so much for watching, and if you posted a question, thank you very much for the question. Feel free to leave any questions on any of my videos. Hopefully I'll see them and I'll grab them, and then when I've got enough, I'll do another Q&A. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're enjoying all the videos I'm managing to create in this wonderful summer holiday I'm having. It's the beginning of August now, so I've got at least a month and a half before I start university. Okay then, thanks again for watching. My name's Owen. Again, feel free to leave any other questions and I will return them with answers in hopefully another Q&A. Having said that, here's a question from me. What's been your favourite Definitely Owen video this summer? Feel free to leave your answers in the comments section. I'd love to know, I really would. I'd be really interested to know what's been your favourite Definitely Owen video. Say all of them if you want. I'm not gonna complain. But if you've had a favourite video of Definitely Owen in the past month and a half, or however long it's been, I'd love to know what your favourite was in the comment section down below. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for watching, you know, all the videos, and even if you watch one or every single one, thank you. Although I prefer if you watched every single one. I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna go have lunch. My stomach just rumbled. Really hungry now because I've been shooting this for quite a while, I have to say. It's taken longer than usual. But thanks again for watching. My name's Owen, and I'll see you in the next video.